Hey there, everybody. This is Mike Licavoli of Never Before Studio. I'm just trying to share some of this process during this downtime that we all have and showing you the power of free software because at the end of the day, all that matters is your skill. And software like Photoshop and any of the countless apps that are on the iStore and Google, they can only take you so far. And now you have access to countless free tutorials online from people like Marco Bucci, Rostras, to Watercolor by Shibasaki, right? My personal favorite lately has been Adam Duff of Lucid Pixel because he touches on the existential aspects of being an artist, and he's someone I'm trying to model myself after. So what you saw in the beginning was some just warm-up techniques, getting your wrist, your hand, everything loose and familiar with a pen again, because unless you're drawing every day, it's not going to come naturally, right? So I like to go to a website called Quick Poses and just look at random faces and give yourself as much time, like 60 seconds to 120 seconds, just to bust out the forms as quickly as possible. Anyways, you also want to get yourself familiar with the brush set you're going to use that day. Just mess around with each brush until you have a few that you're comfortable with, or honestly just stick with one if it does the trick for you, because there are just countless brushes out there that you can just waste your time with and get distracted trying to match someone's style or their technique. But just get comfortable with yourself instead of trying to emulate every single one of these artists, right, that you see on YouTube or Instagram. Some people just start with large shapes and they cut away at it, and then some people like me start with nothing. I've done the thing where you take and you draw the box and then the lines over the face and then you carve out the form, but not every technique has to be yours, right? Do what works with you. So I made the mistake of trying to be not only a character artist, but an environment artist and then a prop artist and just everything, because when you work in comics you have to be able to do all of it. But now you see so many people, right, from artists that work at Riot Games to any of these countless artists on ArtStation, and all they do is character art. So one thing that I'm trying to do is become a master of one thing, right? Because as what do they call it, a jack of all trades, you really are paid less, you're respected less, and people take advantage of you. You have to become a master, or at least that is the conclusion that I've come to after more than 10 years of working in the industry, for clients such as the Department of Defense, to gaming, even to Hollywood productions now. And if you don't protect yourself, you will be taken advantage of. You'll be absolutely just unappreciated, underpaid, and you'll end up hating the fact that you've gotten into art because you're not even doing the art that you want. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm taking this downtime, this gift, right, if you look at it that way, because, well, while people are sick and dying and we're all shut up in our homes, I'm taking the time to do what I didn't do before, because this is not the first time this situation has necessarily happened for me. I've been laid off from huge companies, and I had severance pay to get me through, but instead of taking that downtime, reflecting, and really developing into the artist and author that I want to be, I immediately jumped right back into the industry, taking something along the lines of a $40,000 pay cut just so I could appear relevant, right? But that wasn't necessarily the right thing to do, and pursuing money alone, right, isn't always going to lead you to happiness. But those with student loan debt, like me, we don't have a choice, right? You do not have a choice. You have to hustle. And so I have a new situation. It's the most difficult situation that many people can face. I have a kid on the way here due in August, and I don't currently have a constant paycheck coming in, right? I'm one of the many who's been blessed because I have received the government aid, which I wasn't holding my breath, to be honest, but I do have some money to live off of, and I have a bunch of generous family and friends who've donated used, baby supplies, as it were, and it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. But instead of dwelling and fixating and making the wrong decisions, I'm pouring myself into my art. I'm pouring myself into video work, things that I'm successful at, things that I've done client work, for Disney, for Warner Brothers, for huge studios. Granted, was it through my work at Harkins? Absolutely, but the clients still paid us to do it. We still landed those jobs, and I still executed it, and it was shown. And my boss would always tell me that it's not so much about the size of the screen, but the number of people that see it, right? So, there's TV and there's the internet, which is kind of the white whale now, but my work was seen by probably millions of people, and that's something I have to look at, right? If I'm capable of that, why am I not doing that for myself? Why am I not consistently producing art? Well, now I am, and I'm hoping that through this I can encourage others to do so, right? To follow through and maybe do the thing, start that business, or write that book. Because let me tell you, I write every single day. I don't take a break on that. Art, not so much, but it's something that I sort of took for granted because I've just been doing it for so long, and you can't let those skill sets atrophy. You gotta stay on it. So help me stay honest, and I'm gonna maybe be annoying with the amount of content I'm posting, but that's the goal, because that's the only way you get eyes on your work, is you gotta put it out there. You gotta be vulnerable. So I'm trying to focus on what's possible right now, and really recognize that we may not have a chance to develop into what we want like this again, this downtime, so we can let it defeat us. And obviously there's financial and health situations that might be holding all of us back, but don't consider just jumping into the wrong thing, and make hard choices if you can, like making your own intellectual property, because now's the time. The internet is open. People are waiting, right? They're looking for something. And heck, I've even had people check on my video game stream, which I thought never in a million years, why would anyone look at me playing a game? But they did. So don't deny yourself what may or may not be possible. Give yourself a chance. And what's Neil Gaiman say? Do good art. All right, everybody. Good luck, and I hope to post more again frequently. Bye.